Rain or shine, it is definitely hot outside, and the one thing you don't want to go without right now is air conditioning. But tonight, St. Petersburg Police are trying to track down a serial air conditioning thief, or maybe thieves, crooks who stole at least a dozen units, maybe even more. Rod Carter joining us now live from a St. Petersburg church that had its AC stolen. Hello, Rod.
Hey, Keith. So Steve talked a lot about the rain that we're expecting, but let me tell you, the heat is already here. If you've ever been to church like I have, you know these are a mainstay. Always got to have yourself a fan in church. However, for this particular church, it's not a novelty. This is a necessity after someone came along, cut all the pipes, and literally walked away with their air conditioning unit. In Florida, where it seems to be 110 degrees in the shade, the last thing you want to be without is air conditioning.
Well, it's about 2 weeks ago.
Pastor Daryl Davis Sr. of First Mount Pilgrim Evangelical Baptist Church in St. Pete knows exactly what that's like. 2 weeks ago, thieves made off with his church's AC unit. They cut the copper, clipped the cables, and just took off.
We have 2 other units in there, but we was using that because it helps cool the building.
Those 2 other units are actually window units. Now the small congregation of 20, depending on the grace of God and the kindness of others, to help them replace it. It's the very same kind of kindness that provided them with that unit to begin with.
And, it was a gift from a family.
But Mount Pilgrim is not alone. Lots of vacant homes and other properties have been hit as well. According to St. Petersburg Police, more than a dozen times in the past 3 months. In fact, each red dot on this map shows where those thefts have occurred, all over town.
This is a big expense for these property owners, and we certainly want to see if we can get some information, because right now we have no surveillance video and no information or tips to try to help us solve these cases.
Police tell me most, if not all, of these crimes have one thing in common. Those units are all located near the rear of the property, and most, if not always, near an alleyway. They tell me that makes it very easy for those thieves to come in, snatch those units, take off down the alleyway without ever being noticed. Exactly what happened at Mount Pilgrim, a church now on a journey to find cash to cool their sanctuary. And we're talking about a lot of cash. These units cost anywhere between $3,500 and $5,500 to replace. And again, that's money that small congregation like Mount Pilgrim just does not have handy. And some homeowners just don't have it either. Keith?
And what an inconvenience. It costs money, and they're left in an uncomfortable situation doing without the air conditioner. What are police saying is happening to these stolen units?
Well, they believe that these folks, whoever's stealing it, taking the whole unit and selling it as a whole, or selling it for parts. Either way, they want to find out exactly where these folks are and stop them before they continue doing this, Keith.
Yeah, maybe these thieves can get some air conditioning in jail when they're finally caught.
I'm sure that's what the police would like.
Yeah, Rod Carter live in St. Petersburg tonight. Thank you, Rod.